I was like, what the hell are you going over there for? They don't talk to people that leave their religion.
I must have did something that was really bad.
13-year-olds are crazy. They do all kinds of stuff.
I'd like to read you this scripture, okay? It's taken from 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter, verse 16. Note what it says. All scriptures is inspired of God and beneficial for teaching, for reproving, for setting things straight, for disciplining in righteousness.
Okay.
Where does it say that you should stop talking to a 13-year-old?
Who said that?
My neighbor, he said that nobody talked to him once
that's
he
hearsay.
Oh, my neighbor's a liar.
No, I didn't say that.
You don't shun 13-year-olds?
No, we don't shun 13-year-olds.
No, that's
really?
hearsay.
I mean, you just made
that's
a statement.
hearsay.
We don't shun 13-year-olds.
You don't shun 13-year-olds.
No, that's
why
hearsay.
why is nobody talking to him from 13 forward?
He made a thing that would cause him to be reproved, like the scripture says. What if he did something wrong?
No, that you know.
So what age do you start shunning?
You know one thing. It's just like you too. Okay,
but no, I believe him because
if you have a strong disagreement about something, okay, and you are not forgiven of the other action, what would you do?
Try to talk about it.
Well,
try to work it out.
You would try to you try to talk about it and try to work it out, but for some reason or another, this person, whoever he is, he refused to talk to this 13-year-old because he doesn't want to forgive them. They done something, perhaps, that they didn't like, so they shunned him.
Here, let me read the scripture here at 2 Corinthians.
When my daughter was 13, she was always doing things I didn't like. I kept talking to her.
This scripture at 2
It's my responsibility,
13,
doctor.
I can stop talking to my parents.
13:5, and you can read it in your own Bible. It says, keep testing whether you're in the faith, keep proving what yourselves are, or you do not recognize that Jesus Christ is in union with you, unless you are disapproved. Now, Jesus had a following. He said, follow me. He had principles to live by. He was an example, and he invites us all to follow him and have a relationship with him. Now, a person can become disapproved.
Okay.
Because of not following Christ in the way that he.
So is that what you're saying happened to my neighbor? He became.
I have no idea who your neighbor is, so I don't know.
Well, if you don't want to answer, I mean, what can I say?
You know,
that's what I've been told.
Witness?
He was.
He said he became a witness at 12. At 13, he wasn't clear for what reason he got shunned. He doesn't want to go back. He doesn't believe it. Okay. At 12 years old, he thought he did.
Okay.
At 13 and forward, he doesn't believe it, so he doesn't really want to go back. But nobody will speak to him. So he's. Yeah, it was his choice, and I think that's a cop-out because it was his choice not to be a part of the religion, but it was also his people's choice not to speak to him anymore. And that's I mean, just to say it's his choice. Yeah, he exercised that choice.
You know what?
But
you know what?
He punished him for it.
He's not telling you.
And he was just a kid.
He's not telling you the actual truth.
He's lying to me. What's the truth of the matter?
Yes.
He doesn't want to.
So somebody, something wrong with that.
Okay, can somebody leave your religion then, and you'll still talk to them? I mean, you're saying he didn't tell me the truth. He said he didn't want to go back, and because he doesn't want to go back,
why?
He doesn't believe it anymore. That's what he told me.
Well, just because he don't believe it anymore, that's not a valid reason why he doesn't want to go back.
He should go back to a religion he doesn't believe.
Does he want to come back? Does he?
He doesn't want. He doesn't want. Here's
well,
what
he tell you
it's been a while. We were neighbors. He actually was like practically in my yard. He used to bring me barbecue. We'd chat now and then. He talked about it. There was a death in his family.
Wrong with that.
Well, okay, then let's just take it away. Let me ask you then. If somebody did decide to be a witness, and then they decided they didn't believe it anymore and did not want to be a witness anymore, and they left,
usually
would you stop speaking to them?
If he's dedicated, if he made a dedication to God and he was baptized, okay.
I guess so. He said join.
And if he left on his own initiative, okay, then the brothers will will not confront him on any issues.
We're not fellowship with him. He chooses
nothing.
Not to fellowship with us.
So that's
right.
the shunning.
Right.
So if somebody joins your religion,
right,
and
he
wants
disassociated himself,
and they want to leave your religion, you'll quit speaking to them.
No,
right.
he made the choice not to be a friend of ours. So if you have a friend,
it sounds to me like he really
no
would like to
talk. Be your friend.
No, it sounds to me like he really does want to talk to his family. God, there's family, but he just didn't want to be a part of the religion.
It's something.
They draw a hard line, I guess.
It's something. It's something there that he's not telling you.
Well,
truth.
I'll just go on what you told me. If somebody leaves your religion, you won't speak to them, including their own family won't. And that to me seems like, for a decision that a 12-year-old made, or even a 30-year-old made, to say,
it's not,
do it our way,
it's a
or
decision
or
that
you are
he's still making.
Yes, he did, but
right now.
But again, the cop out.
So he's not 13 anymore.
You also made the decision.
He's making.
Yeah, because as he grew older, he became even sure he didn't want to be a part of it.
So then that's the decision that he stuck to. That was.
You know what? This is. I'm sorry, because I care about. Well, I used to man a table over there for physical violence and stuff. This is a toxic reasoning. I hit you because of what you did. And that's what you're saying to this man. We will reject you and not speak to you because of a choice you made. And it's your fault. I don't like it. I do not like it.
It is that we won't be your close friend because of the choice you want. You know, you ever heard of bad association spoils useful habits? Do you believe that if you have a young man or a young daughter, you want them associated with drug people and people who
wasn't on drugs.
Whatever?
He wasn't on drugs.
I'm saying bad association.
I
have no idea who your young man is.
I can see the intelligence in that.
Therefore, that's bad
what
association.
made him a bad association? Just because he didn't want to be a witness?
Well, there was something. I don't know this person. This is
I have to look into this. Let's see what they really.
Know.
I mean,
I'm getting like
really. Oh, I don't want a book.
Do you have a book that tells of all the reasons you can get like kicked out or shunned or something?
No. Listen. Let me tell you something. You do not get kicked out.
No.
No. You do not get kicked out.
No.
What happened is Bible decision makes it whether you stay or you're disciplined.
So you guys don't have any, what's that called, where the Catholic Church kicks people out?
No, there's no kicking out.
Excommunicated.
You don't have anything like that?
Anything like
that is
excommunication?
exactly what you're speaking of.
Excommunication.
Exactly.
But
you don't do that.
You don't have what?
You don't excommunicate?
That's what you're describing is what is expelled, disfellowshipping, excommunicate. It's a similar thing.
So, but you do expel then?
Yes.
He said that you didn't kick them out.
We don't kick them out. They
expel them. This is a semantic argument.
No,
wow. We don't kick them out. We expel them.
No, this is what.
You know what?
When a person is expelled or kicked out, disfellowship.
Kicked out.
Let me finish my statement. Kicked out or whatever you want to say. It's because they've decided that they do not want to be a part. They make that decision themselves. And then because they no longer want to be a witness, they don't want to talk to people about the principles involved, and
they've changed their minds.
Changed their minds. So therefore, they made a decision to not to be a witness anymore.
And you have made a decision not to speak to them anymore.
Well, they're no longer our close friends anymore.
But you
You said that you could still be friends with people who aren't witnesses anymore.
They did say that.
Do you associate with people who are drug alcoholics or whatever? Are those your close friends?
I probably have some friends in my circle because they struggle and they need love too. But I don't know that he was an alcoholic.
So what I'm saying, not necessarily.
Those are the types of people that need more support than anything.
I know.
You don't kick somebody out, kick somebody to the curb just because they have an alcohol.
I mean, I won't.
Go to AA
at a bar.
Right, I wouldn't buy them any alcohol.
But I would not just kick them out.
Right, I wouldn't kick them out.
I got to eat lunch. I have class.
Yeah.
All right, well, it was...
I'm so sorry you don't understand.
You know, I'm gonna actually look it up because you kind of act like you don't shun, but what I've heard is you do.
You know what? Whatever this person told you.
They make their decision.
Wait a minute, honey. Hold on.
Right, so we can Google that, disfellowshipping, and that'll tell us what it is and how you get disfellowshipped.
Let me explain what I want to explain one thing to you, and that this person, whoever told you two, what happened to him?
You asked
Well, he told me, didn't she? Doesn't know.
Why don't you ask
No, I was asking about my
You know
friend
what?
who got married.
He moved away like 3 years ago. We had this conversation a little while ago.
He told you something. He told you a lie. I'm gonna put it like that.
So
he told you he lied about something, and he didn't come forth and explain the truth to you, because if he was 13 years old, his parents were Jehovah's Witnesses. No doubt he wasn't baptized. He was under his family headship, and he done something wrong, and they disciplined him.
I think he was baptized.
He was baptized?
Yeah, I think he was baptized.
Well, then he done.
I mean,
we can't talk about people we don't know about.
No,
I know, but you have
saying.
said some basic things. You said yes when a person joins or is baptized.
And they decide that they don't want to be.
And they decide they don't want to be in your religion anymore.
And they actually write a letter saying, I do not want to be.
And if they write a letter, or if you expel them,
that has happened.
Then you will not speak to them anymore.
Well, see, that doesn't happen at my church. That's why I'm wondering about that. Because
you know,
the Universalists, this is shocking.
Let me tell you, there's a lot of churches that they do condone quite a bit of things. They condone adultery. They condone same-sex marriages.
They don't condone.
People can live together, and that's okay with them. And they don't condone. To church and everything is fine.
No, you're being harsh. It's not that they condone these things, but they also don't take it. They also don't take it to. Yeah, I know. I've heard many pastors get up and say, "Go out and commit adultery," whatever.
Right.
But whether they actually don't condone, but they don't go so far as to not speak anymore.
However, does the scripture speak of that?
I don't.
I've never heard a
But here's what you have said.
You can't talk to people.
It's sort of like the mafia.
Didn't Jesus talk to the sinners in the Jewish community?
Don't even eat with such a man.
Jesus had dinner all the time with prostitutes and tax collectors, which were the worst of the worst back in the Jewish times. I mean, he had. Wasn't Mary Magdalene a prostitute?
It says, "Don't even eat with such a man" in the scriptures.
Okay, so
Jesus was going against his own advice then?
Taking away from what my friend said, since you don't want to discuss him specifically.
If you'd like to find the scripture, you probably
do agree that once somebody joins, even if they're very young when they make that decision, if they come to the conclusion that they don't want to be a part of that religion anymore, and they choose to leave it, you will shun him.
It's not just a choice of leaving. Usually, it's a behavior.
Okay.
It's a behavior and it's a way of life. But what if no longer?
Allow me to ask you then. What if it's just that they choose to leave? That there's no behavior, which I'm assuming.
Then there's no problem. If they just left and didn't go to meetings anymore, and they're living and they're still living a life,
and they can join another church and they can move on with their lives and still keep their family.
That's I don't know about that. I can't.
So once you're in, it's kind of like I was saying before. It's kind of like mafia. Once you're in, it's for life, and if you leave,
well, the scripture I just read to you talked about keep testing who you are, and it's that you would not become disapproved somehow.
And if they tested who they were, and
that's
decided,
what the scriptures say.
And they tested who they were and decided this isn't. I don't believe this anymore. There would be a penalty, which means they would lose all of their, I'm assuming, a good portion of their associates, family. It's very sad. I'm so sorry. So sorry you guys are put so much pressure on each other. I gotta go get lunch because I have got to go to class.
25 minutes.